My name is Slavka, I'm from Alabama, and this channel is about living, traveling, and learning. See you on the road.
What's up, YouTube? It's Saturday, September 25th. I'm in Laredo, Texas, and the U.S. border with Mexico is right by that tower right there. You can kind of see the wall there. Oh, did that guys tell you I fucking hate Laredo? Well, let me tell you this. I fucking hate Laredo. The reason for it is very simple. If you ever been outside the United States, especially in some shitty third world country like, you know, Pakistan or some other stan, you know, shitty stan. Well, if you want to experience that without leaving the United States, you come to Laredo. The traffic rules here don't apply. People go whichever fucking way they want. A lot of that has to do with the fact that this is a major border crossing town. Half of the drivers here are Mexican nationals, including truck drivers. So they kind of using their own traffic rules and laws here, you know. So as a result, this place is fucking stressful to drive at, because you can have a guy going wrong fucking lane in the opposite direction. He can have somebody just pull out in front of you because they don't give a shit. And you have to understand, people are not insured. Over half of fucking drivers here don't have insurance. So, yeah. You come here, you kind of taking a little bit more risk than the average bear. But that's also where all the freight's at. It's a major hub. So we're gonna go out in about 10 minutes. I have a warehouse about 4 miles down the road. I'm gonna get loaded up with Dos Equis beer, take it to Minnesota. So that's the plan right now. Let's get going, boys and girls. Well, checked in at a customer. I'm actually 15 minutes early. So now it's a sit and away game. They're gonna call me when I get the door. Appointment was at 9:30 a.m. It's when I walked in there, it was like 9:14. Yeah, maybe they'll load me by the evening. I don't have high hopes. These beer places can vary so much. So, all right, we'll just sit here, wait, see what happens. Well, we got ourselves a load of beer. It's Dos Equis, Mexican import. Secured it in the rear as much as I could. The one problem I see is those pallets that are unsupported. They could shift and collapse left or right. So I gotta take turns really easy, but still, you never know when that shrink wrap is gonna go. It could be wrapped unevenly, like towards the bottom. It'll just slide off. And there's a whole bunch of them there. It's an alternating pattern, so just got to be extra careful. It's going to be heavy, so we're going to scale this. It's going to be near max load. Alright, let's see what the scale says. I balanced the drive, so I'm good there. Woo! 33,750. We're good. We're good when you're max weight, but we're good. Alright. Probably should get a scale ticket, but I'm pretty sure it's within legal limits, so I don't have to go back. See, if the arrow just shut out way in the red, I'll be like, oh, there's something wrong. But we're still good. And right here, this gauge, I know I'm about 33,000 pounds right now, maybe even 32, so we're good. Within legal limit. I don't have to worry about it now. And it's more time saved. I don't have to detour to truck stops to get the CAT scale. Don't have to pay $12.50. Over time it adds up and that scale pays for itself, but mostly it's at the shippers like this, because sometimes they just put a row of kegs or whatever, and you know, there's just so much weight in the back, for example, you just can't slide tandems anymore to fix it. So that's why we need that air scale. Now we're taking a detour. We're about 35 miles south of San Antonio, Texas. So we're going west. We're gonna catch the U.S. Route 281, and we're basically gonna bypass San Antonio, Austin, Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth, and just gonna get around it. No traffic, no city. Speed limit there is pretty high, it's 75 miles per hour. Just occasionally a few street lights, what's not, you know. But if you take 35, you're gonna go through downtown of all three major cities in Texas, and they're overpopulated now. Traffic there is atrocious. It's the metro areas. You know, you're gonna spend an hour and a half, 2 hours, even in the afternoon on Saturday. I'm not even gonna mention if it's a rush hour on the weekday. It turns into complete shit. So this is a little tip if you guys coming from Laredo. Exit I forgot what exit it's exit 17, I believe, 37, yeah, on FM 1604, and take a west. You head towards 281. It's about 35 miles to the west. Completely bypasses everything. It's the best thing in the world. Well, looks like we got ourselves some kind of fire. Something's burning. We're in Texas, 281. There's a lot of fire engines. Oh shit. It's hay. So hay caught on fire. It's hay bales. I think they were unloading it from that truck, and must have caught fire. Well, another interstate dinner. I'm at this famous barbecue place called Texas Hill Country. It's called Double Shotgun or something like that. They have a double shotgun burger with bacon and cheese and an order of onion rings. Shall the cholesterol flow through my veins, but it's gonna taste awesome. Day 2, still rolling through Texas. Didn't I tell you Texas is huge? Oh yes it is. A lot of people have this perception it's flat. Some areas are, but there's a lot of mountains in Texas too. This looks more like Appalachia than somewhere in the southwest, doesn't it? We're in Texas Hill Country. But we're heading north right now. We're going to be in Oklahoma probably in about 3 to 4 hours. It'll flatten out there significantly. But for now, just keep rolling. My plan is to get to Kansas, past Kansas City today. And then we'll see how we end up. But that's the goal for the day. Goodbye, Texas. We're entering Oklahoma. As you guys know, here this entire trip's going to be all but rural roads, all the way from Laredo to northern Minnesota, with the exception of a few miles here and there on the interstate. We're all going to take rural roads before the winter sets in. I like doing this. In fact, it's much more interesting. Once the winter's here, it becomes highly risky because these roads usually don't get snow plowed right away, you know, things like that. So if you get ice storm or you get snowed in up north, you're not getting out anytime soon. So in the winter we stick to interstates for the most part. But yeah, we're in Oklahoma now, so gonna keep working north. Gonna have to take I-44 for a little while, get through Oklahoma City, then we're gonna jump off again on 55, US 55, and continue our trip north We're going to go through Kansas, we're going to go through Nebraska, we're going to go through a chunk of Iowa, and then we're going to get into Minnesota. So that's the plan. We're about 25 miles south of Topeka, Kansas. I think I'm going to start looking for a parking spot and running. Did all my miles for today that I planned. I have a few extra hours left. We just need to get out and do some walking. I've been in the truck for 9 hours. So I think I'm going to call it a day. It's coming on 4 p.m. Got some good miles. So tomorrow's going to be another day, more miles. This place is weird. It's like all the trees are gone. We're on Interstate 35 going north.
Entering Iowa.
Well, getting out of Nebraska into Iowa, there's a Missouri River. So we're going to get on I-29 for a little while. Get through Omaha, Nebraska, and then to Sioux Falls. And then we're going to go off to state highways again. Now, this area gets flooded severely. All the way to those hills over there. A couple of years ago, the water was over the highway. It was 29 was closed for a few months, and I think it was 2019. All these fields, everything was underwater. All these homes and everything. They have these levees and all, but the flood was so big on Missouri River that it didn't matter anyway. Yeah, all these highways were closed around here in 2019. It was from May until August, until the water level came down. And even like last year, this area was closed. This was all being rebuilt now because of the flood. The 29 was open, but all the exits were plugged up. You know, it was. I remember some of the truck stops there that were flooded. Their parking lot was under a couple feet of water.
2 miles. Turn left onto I-29 north toward
Alrighty, well, we're gonna go plug away a couple hundred miles on 29, keep going north, and then we almost we got like 400 miles to our final destination delivery tomorrow. So I'm not in a hurry at all. I'm just gonna take it easy today, get near our receiver, and then shut down. Well, we're on the western side of Iowa, very western edge on Interstate 29. Nebraska is right over by those hills over there. In about 35 minutes, we're going to be in South Dakota. That's where I'm going to take. I'm going to take U.S. Route 57 towards Minnesota. I'm going to cut through the chunk of Iowa and then get into Minnesota there and get through the Minnesota boonies. That way we bypass all the big cities there in Minneapolis and St. Cloud and get right to our receiver. We got 360 miles to go. So the way I planned this route, the only major city I crossed was Omaha, Nebraska, and it was only on the outskirts anyway. So it's worked out great so far. Just been a solid run, 500 some miles average per day, and no trouble with traffic whatsoever. Initially, we got in some light traffic around the San Antonio, just on the outskirts, but you know, that was like construction traffic, so not a biggie. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna go towards Sioux City now, South Dakota. See you there. Beautiful fall day in Minnesota. The trees are definitely showing colors up here up north. We're still got 140 miles to go. We're going straight north now. So we're going to be north of St. Cloud, and basically like halfway to Fargo, North Dakota, somewhere about there ways. We're in U.S. Highway 71, just gently rolling hills, and corn drying up on the fields, and some soybeans. Well, we're in what could be called the downtown St. Cloud, Minnesota. Sorry about my windshield, guys. I crossed entire Iowa, Kansas, and well, I cleaned the windshield yesterday, but all the bugs are extra greasy right now, the last warm days of the fall. And yeah, as a result, you just get the layer of bug guts. It gets greasy. So anyways, yeah, we go into our delivery right now, 5 miles from the receiver. St. Cloud, Minnesota. Woo-hoo! Finally here, man. All the way from Mexico. Now we're up here. We're getting near my receiver. Unfortunately, they tucked in the residential neighborhood, which happens frequently with these beverage distributors.
First right onto Sodal Drive.
Just hoping that there's a driveway big enough that I don't have to struggle with this truck. Because a lot of beverage distributors, they use small trucks, so they don't care. They use short little 30-foot trailers and the day cabs. They can get in their warehouse. You come in with a 53-foot trailer and a large highway truck with a 88-inch sleeper. Yeah, it becomes a struggle. All right, they're in the right somewhere. I think that's, yeah, I see it. It's Pepsi right there. Okay, their gate is open, so I'm just gonna get right in. Sometimes you gotta park and go and call, and the security people open the door. This one's open.
Your destination is on the right.
I'm just gonna back the truck in here for a second, go inside, find out where they want me at. So I'm not that asshole that blocks everybody. It's one thing I hate about a lot of truckers, and they really don't know better, or they don't care, or they're foreign, or whatever the fuck the excuse is. They come in at the ship or receiver and block up the fucking docks. Like, somebody else got to back in, somebody else got to get out, and they're just like, ooh, whatever, put their truck across like all of like 5-6 docks and just go inside for 20 minutes. In the meantime, it's just pandemonium in New York because nobody can come in or out. You never want to be that idiot. Just find a spot, tuck your truck away. Sometimes there's not a lot of room. Sometimes you don't pull in the yard. If it's small or barely one truck can turn around, just park in the street with your hazards on. Go inside, find out. Sometimes the yard is only big enough for one truck. And once you nose in there, there's no room to turn around. There's going to be a nightmare backing out, back on the road and all that shit. So you gotta pay attention. You gotta think ahead a little bit. It's not driving a Honda Civic here. It's not rocket science either. All right, guys, I'm going to go inside and talk to these people and find out which dock they want me at, and then we'll resume our regular broadcasting. Well, guys, we're finally at the receiver here. Getting unloaded, as you see, I'm at the dock here at the cave, and the Mexican beer is going to St. Cloud. So people around St. Cloud, Minnesota are going to enjoy Dos Equis. Me, in the meantime, my young friend is looking for a nice load for me to go west. I want to end up on the I-5 corridor. For those not familiar with the interstate system, I-5 is on the west coast. It spans between Washington and Oregon and California, like those 3 states, north, south, Oregon. So I want to run there for a little while and then pick up a nice juicy load out of LA going east again. So that's the long-term plan. For now, I haven't heard anything. I looked.
Turn at the first right onto 10th Avenue
Mandy,
South.
shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Nobody's even asking you. See, guys, women, they interrupt. Anyways, as of right now, we looked at the load board in the morning. There were some loads, but nothing like super exciting. So I imagine he's just waiting out. Yeah, guys, that pretty much concludes this south to north run from Mexican border to Canadian border, pretty much. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and please like and subscribe. Definitely need your help in getting my content out. The YouTube algorithm is really weird. I have most of my clips barely get any views. Some get several million. I don't know why. Maybe it's just feedback or what's not, but I would really appreciate thumbs up or down. Doesn't matter. Leave a comment. Tell me I'm stupid. Whatever. Just the interaction that matters. Thank you very much, and see you in the next episode, guys.